Ariel had him spotted a mile away.
I mean, how do you not spot that guy?
That's what I'm saying.
Wish he could suit up tomorrow. We throw him out there, I can tell you that. The only guy I've coached that pitched in the College World Series and is pitching in the playoffs in the same year. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'll start us up. That's a great win. I'd have bet anything. Louisville's a really good team. We got won by 10. That doesn't happen too often in this league. It's not going to happen back to back. I thought both teams played well. I felt like neither Sprague nor DeCaro had their A-plus stuff. A little bit rusty from not pitching last weekend, but both competed. I thought Poston was outstanding. Peterson, who now is a big addition to our bullpen, came in and got a big out, and then Dalton finished it. So we did a great job of getting leadoff men on. We didn't score as many as we would have liked to, but we still scored enough, and a good complete team win. We made a lot of plays defensively, so that's what we're looking for. And get to honor all of our seniors and grads tomorrow, so we're really excited about that.
One of the best relief games you've had in quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, we feel like obviously with Poston and Pence, those have been our horses all year. But now we started using Poston in a little bit different role because he recovers a little bit better, and we want to try to have Dalton out there if at all possible at the end of the game. But we also knew we were going to have to sandwich the gap with Ben, and we just felt like Poston had gone all the way through the lineup. Who's our leadoff hitter? Benson had stung him pretty good, and Vance makes a play that a lot of center fielders don't make. It looks easy, but it's not easy, and we didn't like seeing him again. And Petey came in as a big out, and they allowed us to have Dalton start the next inning.
What's your comfort level with Poston? I mean, granted, giving up a double and hitting a guy.
Yeah.
What's your comfort level with him at the end of games?
It's a great question. It's high. I'm fine closing Matt Poston. He's done it. Both of them can close. If we do need to go to Dalton before him and Poston's available, we'll close him. So the comfort level is really high. He's experienced. He's not scared of anything. The good thing about Matt is he was throwing pretty much all fastballs, and he's had to throw his split more, and so it's gotten better because he's going to need it if he's throwing longer. If you throw one inning, you can overpower heaters, but now he's having to throw both. But I'm comfortable. He fills his position well, quick to the plate, hard to run against, and that's something we've done a good job against a team that's really good at stealing bases. And I'm very comfortable with him.
Scott, do these last two games I know it's a long season, but does last night and today sort of illustrate why this team is in the position it is? You hit all the homers last night, and then today you get, 5 innings of scoreless relief.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like the different elements that you guys have.
Yeah, 100%. It's a special group. I was just telling them the group is really special. I don't really have to say anything to them. They work. They hate losing. We've got really good players that have played a lot for us that aren't in the starting lineup, and that goes one of two ways. And you have to have the right character and the right kids. When you have a Jackson Van Den Brayton and Johnny Castagnosi sitting over there, Connor Bovair's in the weekend rotation. As a coach, you're like, this thing's going to go one of two ways, and that's a credit to them 100%. But it's a special group. I think you saw the rust, though. That was my biggest concern was DeCaro and Sprague. Looking back on it, maybe we have them face live hitters, but your depth shrinking positionally, so you don't want to get any injuries. But the last time both those guys started was against Virginia Tech, and I think 6 days is too much. I'm old school. I wish these starters had 5 days. But it's a complete team that, if they don't reach their goals, it sure ain't going to be because they aren't together and they're not giving it everything they've got.
With Shea, he talks about that his changeup is very much a feel pitch, and at the beginning of the season he had to work up to get that feel again. Do you think having the week off might have impacted that a little bit?
Potentially, yeah. He was going glove side really good to lefties with his fastball, and a part of it is not just his changeup, it's being able to keep guys off his changeup because they know it's coming, right-handed hitters. So he's been pitching in to righties really good, and he just could not do that today for some reason. But you look at the game, and you've been around baseball a long time, he gives up the 3-run home run, but then he gets us right back to the dugout. And when you do that, you're keeping your team. If all of a sudden, single, walk, we got to make a change, the whole game changes. It's kind of like that. I tell the guys about Andrew Kerrigan when it was the first year when I was here in 06. He gives up the home run to take the lead, but then boom, boom, he gets the next two guys out. So our guys really don't have time to realize what's going on. They come in, they hit, and we ended up winning that game. So that was really big for Sprague.
What does that say kind of to his maturity, because he lets up that home run and then ground out, strikeout.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a tough kid now. He may not be throwing 94, 95, but he's competing his tail off. He's got good stuff, but his biggest stuff is he's a tough kid.
Pence got it done for you the last 2 innings, but you had Peterson out there. Did you think about maybe pushing him a little bit longer there, or you wanted to post throw Pence something?
You know what? I felt like the middle of the order, I felt like Petey has, he had to start. He threw really good. He threw 41 pitches on Tuesday. Is that when we played Campbell?
Yep.
Against Campbell. And I thought, okay, for him to be that extra guy, that guy in the bullpen that can help us, I want to get him in and get him out early on so he can prove that, hey, I can do that in the big situation. It's the heart of the order, too. And they're leading off the two-hole guy, Hoy, the third baseman, who's a good player, but he's better against righties than he is against lefties. So I thought, okay, if we can steal 6 outs, Dalton can do that. They maybe even 7. I almost went to him. I was going to go to Dalton in the 7th if Hoy came up.
Scott, you've seen a lot of baseball, obviously, over the years. If you can sweep these guys tomorrow, I think that leaves you with 2 losses in the regular season at home and only 1 ACC regular season loss at home. I mean, are those just sort of eyebrow-raising things for even a guy that's seen plenty of baseball like yourself?
I wish I probably should do a better job of, I'm just not good at that. My brain, ever since I started coaching, is always thinking about the next game and finding a way to win that game. There are times where you can have a great record. I remember in 2013, we were like 34-2 or something. We lost a game. I felt like we were 3-34. But I do think this is the type of team that can beat anybody and can win any game, and that's a good feeling going into it. But yeah, you want to get that sweep. I don't look at how we've done at home and all that stuff. I just want to win tomorrow and have a special day for these seniors and these grads.
But you went undefeated at home in series.
That's hard to do in this league. It's hard to win series in this league. There are a couple of things here. Sometimes those losses, they definitely make you a better coach. They make you a better team. But sometimes a tough loss can make you figure out as a coaching staff what you need to do in that same situation. And that's some of those losses did that to us. But this is a team also that went to Wake, and kind of said, okay, let's see what we are, because obviously Wake is extremely good, and they were at home, and they that was a big confidence boost for our guys, winning that weekend series and sweeping them on the road. So I try not to take it for granted at home, but in my mind I'm thinking like, man, we didn't sweep Virginia Tech, so we got to do better this week and find a way to get a sweep.
How many guys you got graduating tonight?
We've got a ton. I could roll them off.
There's a bunch.
Yeah, there are a lot that are getting their degree. They're not walking. They made that decision. They probably just want to go home and eat a cheeseburger and lay down. That's what I want. I only walk because my parents made me walk, to be honest with you. They're probably so surprised that I got my college degree. But yeah, we've got a good amount. And, these guys, heck, we got some guys like Vance Honeycutt. It's 8 hours away from graduating. So Andrew Miller's in town. He pitched in the big leagues, and you can pull him up. He made a lot of money. And he's here getting he's graduating, getting his master's. And Brandon Riley, who's coaching here, one of my favorite players, hard nosed.
Burlington's own.
He's graduating. Yeah. So it's a special day. And a lot of our grads did their certificates, which are a big deal for their resume through the business school, so they took it seriously. So it's going to be an awesome day. And it's Mother's Day, which is also a great day for sure. Thanks, y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it, man.
You got it. Sorry about a little bit of noise. No, it's all right. Sorry. No, it wasn't. No. It was. I'm doing okay. How about you?
Brandon Riley. Burlington Williams, baby.
How's everybody doing? What's going on?
How are you doing?
Yeah, I know. To face the New York media here.
Another big day for you. Just sort of gotten a little groove today and played some good outfield. Just talk about the day in general. He talked about how big a day it is for graduation and all that.
Yes, sir. Recently, the past 2 weekends I've been struggling a little bit, and I made some adjustments with Coach Weirs. Now I'm more coiled in my lower half a little bit more, and it's made all the difference. I'm feeling really comfortable in the box. I can see the ball really well. and I've been getting good pitches to hit, so I've been putting good swings on. So.
When you make adjustments, kind of what is the process of figuring out what you need to adjust, actually adjusting it, and then implementing it in a game?
That's a great question. I mean, Coach Forbes preaches the process. I feel like that ties well so well. Like just sticking to the plan that you go out to continuously do, and day in and day out, just trusting the process. So say like it's on time for heater. Let's say you roll over the first one, just trusting the process, clear it, next at bat, still the same situation, and get a better pitch to hit and try and stay on heater.
Speak up, baby.
When you talk about, I think a lot of people may take Carolina's outfield for granted. Just talk about you, Casey, and Vance out there.
I mean, I love playing with those guys. It's truly a privilege. Like, I learn something from both of them every day. Like, they always got a smile on their face. They love playing the game. And just watching them get their reads, it's I have all the confidence in the world. If there's a fly ball hit, it's caught. I know there's someone in the gap, left center gap, they're going to catch it. So it just makes it a lot easier on the pitching staff and the players. So.
You played a lot of center field in your life. You ever seen anybody like Vance?
No, I mean, he's a special player. Like, everything he does day in and day out, you could see it. And he knows it, too. He's that good. So I just can't wait to see what he'll do at this level. But we got to do what we got to do here first.
How does he make it look so effortless? Like, you understand how good he is, but there's also just a style quality to it, too. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I mean, his preparation. He's not out there right now. He's probably in there stretching, doing what he's got to do to get ready for tomorrow. And I feel like that speaks on his game. So.
I mean, you got one more regular season home game. You got here this year. It feels like it's flown by, I'm sure. Just sort of talk about your year. It's been a whirlwind.
I mean, every single year it flies by so quickly, and I've been in college for a little while. But, I mean, I just love it. Like, to just get to go out there, represent this program, play day in and day out, it's truly an honor and a privilege to be here. So.
Understand what you guys have as far as team goals and the things you want to accomplish here the rest of the way, but the win today clinched at least the share of the division title. I mean, to be able to have that in your back pocket just moving forward, I would have to assume that's just sort of a nice sort of accomplishment to go ahead and tuck away and keep moving with it.
No, definitely. I mean, God willing, we'll have the opportunity to go to Omaha, and I think this is the club that's going to get it done. I mean, our pitching staff, like, look at us today. Rolling out guys 95. PD the other day hit a 98, and they've got command of their pitches, and just the sticks too. We've been swinging it real well. We're getting hot at the right time of the year, so I mean, the sky's the limit. I really love playing for this team, and we got a lot of great guys to hopefully bring back a championship to North Carolina.
Yeah, like you mentioned, like just the last two games, you hit, what was it, 7 home runs as a team last night, right? And then you get the relief pitching today. I mean, do these two games sort of encapsulate the different strengths that you all have that you can sort of depend on as a group?
That's a great question, definitely. I mean, like, we've got guys who can bang it, we've got guys who can get on steel bags, and just the overall talent level of these players, just they can go out and win a game for you just in their own self. And we play so good together as a team that it just enhances our ability on the field. Every single guy is picking each other up. We don't have any bad things in the locker room going on. We're a very tightly knit team.
Yeah.
So I feel like that really helps because we just go out and play when it comes down to it. All right, thank you guys.
Great stuff, man. I went 67. What's up, man?
What's up?
Jody, you round them up? Go ahead, Oriel.
You speak to the performance of the bullpen today. I mean, it's one of the better collective performances you guys have had in a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like everybody's finally getting on the right track and kind of getting their routine like fine-tuned, and that's helped us out on the field a lot.
And then in the ninth, you were going at a pretty good pace, and then in the ninth inning, it kind of got bumpy, but you worked your way through it. Can you talk me through the ninth inning?
Yeah, just come in, kind of can't remember if I got the first guy out or not, but just kind of talking with Coach Gaines before the outings, knowing that adversity is going to come at any time, and just kind of battling through it. I just didn't feel like I had my mechanics fine-tuned that last inning as I did in the eighth. Just trying to work through that, and kind of felt better as the inning went on. So.
What did Coach Gaines say during that mound meeting?
He just said that he knows how good I am and I'm competing too much, so to speak, and I was coming out of my mechanics, and that I know that I'm better than the hitter and that I need to just stay within myself.
So did he tell you you're too fired up? Is that essentially the message there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, calm down.
Can we get a quote? Like, what he said?
No,
We're all adults here. It's fine.
can't say that.
But you and Matt have sort of flipped spots. You would be more middle relief earlier, and Forbes told us earlier he wants you in the leverage at the end there. Just sort of talk about that dynamic between you and Post there.
I just feel like we both could go either way, depending on what matchup is best earlier on in the game. I feel like if they would have had a lot more lefties in trouble at the start of the game, I probably would have went in and Post would have closed it. And that's what I think is special about this bullpen is we can flip guys around and do whatever situation is needed.
Do y'all sort of have a plan going into each game, like an order for them, or is Coach Forbes go off gut when he's going to put you guys in?
We kind of have a plan. Like we have guys that we know are like mid-inning guys. They know going into the game. Like if it's mid-inning trouble, just kind of stay moving around and get their bodies loose in case they do hear their name called. And then we have the guys that know that they have a clean inning, most likely. And then like most of the time, it's either mine or Poston's name at the back end for close or back end.
How have you seen Ben evolve this season to kind of come and emerge as one of those guys that Forbes can use in a big place?
I mean, he's probably one of the hardest workers in our locker room. He gets after it every day. He had struggled at the beginning of the season with all of his with his starts and stuff, and I mean, nobody expects it right out of the gate like he had it, but just kind of how he handled the adversity of kind of waiting his chance, and then he finally got that chance and he took advantage of it. It's a nice, big part of our bullpen.
A little anxious on that last fly ball?
A little bit, yeah. I was a little worried when it got off the bat, but then I saw Casey kind of camp under it and felt a little bit of relief.
You
Dalton,
guys
what
are,
is
33 and
Yeah.
2 at home, I think.
31 and 2?
31 and 2 at home. Just how important it is to play in this building.
It's very important. Just, I mean, you can look around and see the rich history we have here, and that's kind of what we do is we try to play for the guys that left this place before us, and we've really come together as a team, and we play for each other.
And along those lines, like, what is the confidence level playing here? Because you guys have been so successful this year. It's only one ACC loss so far. Like, is there a different confidence level when you take this field?
I mean, there's always a different confidence level when you're at home versus away games. It's just we've been really good at home this year. You can look at years past, and we've been very good on the road. So it's kind of just how this team is. And I mean, if we want to win the big thing, then we got to go on the road. So we're
Right, at some
preparing
point.
to do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, DP.
Appreciate it.
Good stuff, man. Thank you.